Hello, dear students. We are going to study another crop, that is banana. Let us see in detail banana. This is also a most important commercial crop, not only in India but throughout the world. There are three botanical names of banana: Musa cavendish, then Musa paradisaica, Musa saponacetum. But Musa cavendish, it is most popular in our country. Family is Musaceae, and origin of this banana, it is in the mountains of Assam, also in Burma, Thailand, and Indo-China area. Now here in this case, let us go to the uses of banana. It is the second most important fruit crop after mango. We have already studied that mango is called a king of fruits, but next to mango it is banana. So here Maharashtra stands first in the country for production and area of banana. But this fruit is available throughout year because of its largest production. Now out of the total production of banana, 85% product is consumed for fresh fruits and 14% is used for processing. Processing means for powder making, dried banana, or we call chips, and other products. This banana fruit is very rich. It is a rich source of energy. Then this banana fruit is also used for making of soft drinks and uh, and other things. It contains vitamin A and B. It also contains phosphorus, calcium, and magnesium. Hence, banana should be consumed to get more energy. Now, what is climatic requirement of banana? It can be grown in different types of soils in India, but most suitable soil is that soil which has at least 1 meter depth. Then it should be well drained. What is important thing, that there should be no waterlogging condition. In fact, waterlogging condition is not good for most of the crops and most of the fruit plants. Then it should have plenty of organic matter. So the soil should be fertile. That is the important thing for cultivation of banana. Then here in this case, usually the roots of banana goes up to 40 centimeter depth. Sometimes it may go up to 1 meter also. So this is a waterlogging plant, but waterlogging condition is not good. This condition is not tolerated by this plant, and the pH of soil should be 6 to 8. It means banana can be cultivated in slightly acidic and in slightly alkaline soil condition. What is the climatic requirement? Banana is a tropical crop, so it requires warm, humid, rainy climate. Rainy climate, it does not mean that it is always raining as it is in Konkan area or in heavy rainfall areas. It is not so. So this banana requires a temperature of 10 to 40 degrees centigrade, but the 24 degrees centigrade temperature is good for ripening of fruits. If the temperature goes below 10 degrees centigrade, it may cause problems in growth of the plant. So above 40 degree and below 10 degree centigrade temperature, that is atmospheric temperature, is not good for growth of the plant of banana. Then there should be abundant water supply. Banana is not a rain-fed crop. It is purely irrigated fruit plant. So it requires 900 to 1200 mm total water requirement in its life cycle. So sufficient water supply should be available for cultivation of banana. Then here in this case, that propagation, how propagation is to be done. Remember that fruits can be propagated by two ways: vegetative propagation and sexual propagation. Sexual propagation means by using seed. Asexual propagation means vegetative propagation, means other than seeds parts of plant can be used. So this is propagated exclusively by vegetative means rhizomes. Rhizomes are used. They are sword suckers or bits, pieces of rhizomes also can be used for propagation of banana. Then here what is important, that we have to use the rhizomes which are 2 to 3 months old suckers with 30 centimeter height, and weight of the suckers should be 500 gram to 1 kilogram. So this is ideal, means if weight is less than 500 gram or more than 1 kilogram, that will not produce good quality plant. So the suckers should have broad leaf, or they are called water suckers. These suckers which are having broad leaf should be avoided. Those are called water suckers. So we have to select the suckers which are 2 to 4 months age, and the leaves should be narrow. Now in Maharashtra, Basrai variety in Jalgaon district is propagated through dormant rhizomes. So rhizomes are to be used which are grown in a very rich soil, good quality soil. It should be disease free, it should be pest free, like that it should be done. So a dormant rhizomes means such rhizomes which take long time for germination. There are different kinds of rhizomes, for example conical rhizomes, flat rhizomes. These are the sizes, but conical rhizomes should be selected and flat rhizomes should be rejected. So just we have studied the weight of the rhizome. Then this is banana is also propagated by beets, pieces from rhizomes we can use. If the rhizome size is more than 1 kilogram, then we can make into pieces, but pieces should not be less than 500 gram in weight. Then come to the varieties. In Maharashtra, different varieties are available. For example, dwarf varieties, example Basrai, Rasthali, Sonkel. Semi-tall varieties are there, example Harichal or Bombay Green, Safed Velchi. Then tall varieties are also available, for example Lal Velchi or Champa, Puvan, Grand 9, etc. So these are the three kinds: dwarf, semi-tall and tall varieties. Now preparatory tillage. We have to prepare the land by deep plowing, harrowing and all these things, and we have to add farmyard manure 40 to 50 tons per hectare. Then planting method. In this case of planting method, there are two methods of banana planting. First, it is a peat method. Now, in this is a very expensive method. It requires more laborers, more expenditure. What is done here? Pits are made 45 by 45 by 45 centimeter, and these pits are filled with FYM and planting of rhizomes is done. Second is furrow method. This is a common method. Here in this case, furrows of 20 to 25 centimeter depth are prepared by keeping by using a ridger, and distance should be kept 1.5 meter, and rhizomes are planted. These are the two important methods. In Maharashtra, furrow method is used on large scale, while peat method is generally not used. Come to spacing while planting of rhizomes. This depends upon kind of variety, climate, kind of soil, and various other things are there. But in general, the distance of planting, it is 1.25 to 3 meter, means 1.25 by 1.25 meter, 2 by 2 meter, 2.5 by 2.5 meter, or 3 by 3 meter. So this is the distance between plant to plant and row to row. Now in planting seasons, we have got two kinds of planting seasons. First, it is a Mrig Bagh. Second is Kande Bagh. Now this Mrig Bagh, in this case planting is done from May to June, end of May to end of June. So it gives better sprouting. But Kande Bagh, where planting is done from September to October, but due to October heat, the growth is not satisfactory. So Kande Bagh is usually not recommended. So Mrig Bagh means during just before onset of monsoon, planting is done. Come to next point, that is irrigation. Now in this case of irrigation, we have to give frequent irrigation to banana because there is more evaporational loss of water, because the leaves are large, they are succulent, and so water requirement is more because there is more transpiration from the leaves. For this banana crop, 18 months to 50 to 70 irrigations are given, means generally for 18 months total 50 to 70 irrigations are to be given. Now the duration of irrigation depends upon various factors, but usually at 1 week interval irrigation should be given. That depends upon the kind of soil, and other things are also there. So banana is called as water loving plant, so frequent irrigations are very important. So immediately after planting, irrigation should be given, and then other irrigations are to be given as per the need. For example, 4 to 7 days interval can be kept in summer season, and in winter at the interval of 10 to 15 days irrigation can be given. Manures and fertilizers, come to this point. Now this is also heavy feeder plant, means it requires plenty of water, plenty of nutrients, means plenty of organic matter. So this the fertilizer application is completed before flower initiation, means within 5 to 6 months from planting, all fertilizer doses should be supplied to the plant. Now here in this case, the doses of NPK, as we have already studied in previous crops and fruit plants, various doses of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium are to be given Here in banana 100 as to 40 as to 100. 100 gram nitrogen, 40 gram phosphorus, 100 gram potash per plant should be applied, plus 50 tons of FOM per hectare can be applied. Now important point that nitrogen is applied in 3 doses. So it is to be split. 40 gram nitrogen, first dose, second dose 30 gram, and last dose again 30 gram. They are to be given at 1 month interval, 40, 30, 30. Likewise, in this way, NPK is to be applied. If required, additional dose of nitrogen also can be given after fruit set. Now the question is that why nitrogen should be given in splits? Because there is a loss of nitrogen from the soil due to leaching and other factors, and nitrogen is required for vegetative growth primarily. Hence, nitrogen should be given in split doses, while phosphorus and potash, they are not given in split. In some cases they are given, but usually they are given at the time of planting. Come to desuckering. Desuckering means it is the removing of unwanted suckers from mother plant. Now from this mother plant, various suckers are born. So but unwanted suckers are to be removed. That is called desuckering. If desuckering is not done, then the unwanted suckers will consume water and mineral and compete with the main sucker. So to avoid that loss, desuckering is to be given. Otherwise it will reduce the yield. Suckers start appearing from the base of the plant after about 3 months of planting. So we have to observe after 3 months that if suckers are developing, then we have to remove the such suckers. Now protection against physiological disorders. There are different physiological disorders caused in banana fruit plant. If care is not taken, that will reduce the quality, that will also reduce the production. So first, that is the dislodging of bunches. The bunch of banana bears more weight, so they are to be given support, otherwise they will fall down and will lose its quality. So this happens due to uneven irrigation. Now we have to give proper irrigation, plus we also have to supply good potash. As we have studied the dose, as per the dose, potash is also to be given. Very important factor that low temperature. During cold season, if the temperature goes below 7 degree centigrade, the plant growth is affected, production is affected, quality is affected. Because this banana is very sensitive to irrigation, sensitive to temperature. If there is temperature is very low, below 7 degree, then the leaves will turn yellow. They will also cause scorching of leaves, tearing of leaves, and causes loss. Inflorescence may also get choked. So how to protect banana from low temperature? We have to increase temperature in the field. How it can be done? Just we can make smoke in the field by burning crude oil or burning other material, waste material. Then we have to cover the bunches, and likewise protection can be done. Now plant protection. There are different pests and diseases. Let us go to the first, stem borer. You might have seen that till now, whatever crops and fruit plants we have studied, stem borer is always there. Means this is the prime, this is the most important pest of almost all plants, crops. So this insect, stem borer, feeds and makes tunnel inside the corn. So leaves turn yellow, and then plant may dry, and there will be 100% loss. So how to control? Carbofuran granules are to be applied in the soil at the rate of 3 gram per plant. These granules are to be applied. Then come to the another pest, that is aphid. Aphid usually occur in all crops. Here in this case, this aphid is a vector of viral diseases. For example, bunchy top of banana. This disease, bunchy top of banana, it is caused due to virus, and this virus is sprayed by aphid. So this aphid sucks sap from the leaves and damage the crop. We have to control this aphid. You can see here in the photograph that these black spots, these are all aphids. Come to control measure of aphids, we have to spray 0.05% phosphomidon. The third pest, that is a burrowing nematode. Nematode is a very serious pest. It is a very tiny, very micro organism. It cannot be seen by open eyes. So, in case of nematode, they live in the soil and damage the crop, and in that case, the loss is very severe. And when nematode infected the plant, in that case, the plants do not respond to fertilizers. Means whatever, even if we apply fertilizers, there will be no proper growth. So small dark spots appear on the leaves. This is the first symptom of nematode sprayed or nematode effect on the plant. Now control, we can use Furiadan 2 kilogram per hectare just before planting or just after planting. We can also use systemic insecticides, granules or neem cake in the soil before planting. And another important, that rhizomes are to be dipped in 0.2% phenamifos for 10 minutes. This is very important treatment to be given to rhizome to control aphids. Come to diseases. First is Panama wilt. This Panama wilt, wilt means a drying of the plant, as it occurs for the first time at Panama, so the name is given Panama disease. It is a fungal disease. It is caused due to water stagnation in the field. Leaves turn yellow, particularly lower leaves turn yellow, and leaves hanging may takes place. You can see in this photograph. So the leaves, hanging of these leaves like this takes place, and there is no proper growth. The leaves may fall down. So this Panama wilt, it is very serious disease and it causes very tremendous loss. Now how to control? We have to use the resistant varieties. We have to grow resistant varieties like Basarai, Puvan, Robusta and Champa. And also, if there is this wilt in the previous field, then we should avoid that field for cultivation of banana. Then this disease, we have to use the disease-free plant, and we can apply quick lime near the base of the stem in the soil. Second disease, that is a leaf spot or Sagatoka disease, it is called. It is also a fungal disease. Leaves turn light yellow and oval spots are found on the leaves. We know that when the leaves turn yellow instead of remaining green, the photosynthesis is affected and the plant growth is also affected. So these spots are having brown ring. You can see in the following photograph. See this, how this plant is affected by this leaf spot. So such kind of spots do appear. See these things. Then control measure, we have to spray Diethian M45 or Captain 0.5 or 0.2 on the plant. Third disease, very important, it is bunchy top of banana. It is called bunchy top. Bunchy top means the top of the plant becomes bunchy. It is a viral disease. And in this case of viral disease, you can see here how these things occur. The top portion becomes like a bunch, and we have to control by application of carbofuran in the soil at the time of planting. Then clean cultivation is to be done. We have to keep the land clean. Come to the next, that is harvesting of banana. Now in this harvesting, flowering takes place at 230 to 260 days after planting. Means flowering starts from 230 days and it continues up to 260 days also. Fruit maturing takes place 100 to 120 days after flowering. So bunching, we have to harvest the bunches when it is 3/4 matured. Means the banana fruits are not allowed to mature 100% on the plant. So when they are 3/4 matured, they are taken out, packed in baskets and sent for selling in the market. Now what are the signs of banana maturity? How to know that the banana fruit is to be now harvested? Color changes from dark green to light green. Fruit color changes to, it becomes light green. Then the tip of the fruit fall down when we slightly touch. Then the fruits become round shaped and angles of fruits are filled completely. So before maturity there are angles, but when the fruit is matured, it becomes round. This is very important sign of maturity of banana fruit. So it also gives metallic sound and other things are also there. Then come to yield. This yield depends upon kind of variety, but average yield of banana is 30 tons per hectare. But yield of Basrai variety is 40 to 45 tons per hectare. So this is all about banana. We have to remember these things. It is a very important fruit plant all over the world, also in our country too. There are some points like in case of irrigation, there are irrigation schedules. So general irrigation should be 10 to 15 days interval. From July to August, generally no irrigation is required because it is a rainy season. In September, once or twice a month, irrigation should be given because there is water available in the soil, ample. But in October, later on, at 10 to 15 days interval, irrigation should be given. From February to May, irrigation interval should be decreased, means frequency is to be increased. At 4 to 7 days interval, irrigation should be given. Then the quantity of irrigation should be 75 centimeter per hectare at each time. So in this way, irrigation should be given. While giving irrigation, drip irrigation is very beneficial to crop. It will avoid flooding, it will avoid other things. The soil will remain aerated, and if it is not available, if sprinkler method is available, then also it is good. So traditional method of irrigation as possible should not be used for cultivation of banana plant. So this is all about banana. Let us stop here, then we will go to the next crop. Thank you.